and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. I hope you're having a lovely Wednesday so far. Today is a book haul. It is merely the second day of October. This is what happens. I did my book haul very early on in September, which meant that I've got lots of books to haul now, which probably means that this is just, I've created a self-fulfilling prophecy. That was my sociology A-level, where I'm just having to do book hauls at the beginning of the month all the time now. Anyway, stop going on about that. Let's talk about the books. So all of these books, all of them have been sent to me by publishers. I did have some that I bought. I don't know what I've done with them. I've put them somewhere. They'll appear later on in the month, I'm sure. First of all, I will start with not a book but something book related. It will be Independent Bookshop Week in the month of October, and every year a beautiful canvas bag is designed for this very purpose. There have been Peter Blake's designed some, Coralie Bickford Smith, Orla Keeley, and this year it is Yering Tong who's made this yellow and black swirly whirly books in my bag, and they've also kindly sent me £10 gift voucher to use during National Book Week on Bookshop Day, and enjoy a nice book from an independent bookshop. So I will definitely be doing that. That's going there. Actually, I'm going to put it further out the way because things don't stack very well atop that. The first book I will talk about is a book that I did not know was coming. It just arrived unsolicited for me. However, I really like the front cover and I really like the blurb it says on the back. The front cover is a portion of chips. David, you'll like this.
That's cool.
A portion of chips, and it says here, introducing Myella O'Neill, stuff Myella knows. God doesn't punish men with baldness for wearing ladies' knickers. Banana flavour condoms taste the same as nutrition shakes. Not everyone gets a volley of gunshots over their graves as they're being lowered into the ground. Tenants is Manx, Smithix is the business. She doesn't like periods and PMS. Stuff Myella doesn't know that she's autistic, where her da is, why her ma drinks, why dead kittens float but live in one sink, why people marry. So yeah, sounds interesting. I've heard nothing about it. It is out in February 2020. So yeah, very exciting. So thanks for that. The next one I've got is The History of the World with the Women Put Back In. This is by Kirsten Looker and Uta Danshell. This is published by the History Press, who also published a favourite book of mine called I'm not going to get it down because it's got things stood on it. A History of Women in 100 Objects, where it talked about a history of women in 100 objects. So this is history, but with women put back in. So we go through various, I'll take these out because they also sent me some lovely cards with some historical people on the back. Like, let's have a look. Sit al-Mulk, who lived in 11th century Africa. Yeah, exciting. It says it on the back there. But yeah, so this is set into chapters such as in the beginning, prehistory, Sumerians, Babylonians. So it's going like really far back, all up to catching up with the present. So and I'm very much looking forward to reading this, and it's so thorough and interesting, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. Let's have a little peek. Oh, look at that under the dust jacket. So yeah, I was really impressed with the history of women in 100 objects, so I imagine I will be just as impressed with this as well. So very pleased to receive that. Then Penguin have sent me The Prom by Sandra Mitchell. This is a book which is soon to be made into a Netflix series, or maybe a Netflix movie. It's coming in early 2020, and it will involve Meryl Streep, James Corden and Nicole Kidman. And it says here, Emma knows better than anyone that Edgewater, Indiana is not a great place to be gay. She really wants to take her girlfriend, the popular closeted it girl Alicia, to prom. How big a deal could that really be? But when her classmates find out, the backlash exceeds Emma's worst nightmares. Meanwhile, in Manhattan, Barry and Dee Dee are Broadway stars of yesteryear. When their new show bombs, they need some good publicity fast. So when they happen to hear about Emma's plight, they decide to step in and create a prom for everyone, whoever their date is. So yeah, it sounds interesting, and I will look forward to watching and reading that. I have got the sequel to P.S. I Love You by Cecilia Ahern. This is called Postscript, and this is it's got this lovely, when they make proofs like this you think bloody well done. Look at those lovely blue sprayed edges. P.S. I Love You was the story, and I've seen the film and I've read the book many years ago, where a woman's husband dies and he writes her letters which arrive various times after he has died, and this is the sequel to that, so I'm excited to see how that all pans out. And it says here, there's always one more thing to say. So yes, that's exciting. Then a very exciting book which I've read already and I included in my September part 2 wrap up, and I'm actually going to, I'm filming this on Sunday, and I'm actually going to the book launch of this tomorrow. It's Franklin and Luna and the Book of Fairytales by Jen Campbell, illustrated by Katie Harnett. Jen is a very dear friend of mine, you all know her. And this is the third in the Franklin and Luna, third and final in the Franklin and Luna series, and it's just a wonderful series of children's books, picture books, about Franklin, who is a dragon with who can travel with a bookshop on his back, and Luna, his friend here, who's got beautiful red hair, and love them. They're a joy for adults and children alike, and I love them so much. So yeah, that is out as well. Recently, I think it was out towards the end of September. So yeah. Then the next 3 books I've got are books that I requested lovely Emma from Book Break to send to me after I watched her feminist dystopian video that she did for Book Break. I will link that video down below. It's got some amazing recommendations in there. Some I already owned, some I got out from the library, and then I just asked if she would be able to send me these ones. So the first one is The End We Start From by Megan Hunter, and it says, as flood waters close over London, a woman gives birth to her first child. Days later, they're forced to leave home in search of safety. They head north through a Britain that has changed beyond recognition, a familiar place made dangerous, its people become refugees. Yet against all the odds, the baby thrives. He learns to smile, to laugh, to crawl, and as their story unfolds and the country falls apart around them, this mother's world promises new life and fresh hope, which has got this lovely copper writing on the front there, and this is really beautiful here. So that one. Then I've got Salt Slow by Julia Armfield. This is a collection of short stories by Julia Armfield, and she explores the bodies and the bodily, mapping the skin and bones of her characters through their experiences of isolation, obsession, love and revenge. So yeah, just I really like the way short stories are blurbed, because they have to sort of like get a line per story and they have to make it really punchy, and I feel like they've done an amazing job here. So it says, teenagers develop ungodly appetites, a city becomes insomniac overnight, and bodies are diligently picked apart to make up better ones. So yes, looking forward to reading that. And then the last one is The Godless Boys by Naomi Wood, who's the author who wrote Mrs. Hemingway, which I read many, many years ago. It was on the Richard and Judy book list before I even started BookTube. And this says here, imagine an alternative England where the church controls the country and non-believers have to be exiled to a remote island. On the island, a fierce group of boys patrol the community, searching for signs of faith and punishing any believers. When a new girl appears, arriving from the mainland to search for her long-lost mother, the gang is split. One boy falls in love with her, another seeks violent revenge. The struggle between them will change everything. So yeah, I'm very excited. So the next I've got, oh no, let me just do one. Oh no, there's a few more here, sorry. So these 2 Emma also sent me. This I'm really excited about because it seems really autumnal and very exciting, and David's also going to read it. And this is the first graphic novel by the author Rainbow Rowell, and this is Pumpkinheads. This is written by Rainbow Rowell and illustrated by Faith Erin Hicks, and this is about 2 people who work together on a pumpkin site around autumn, selling pumpkins to people for Halloween, etc, etc, and that's the only time they ever see each other, when they're at work. And I believe that within this, their relationship develops beyond work, and it's what happens then. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It looks so autumnal. It looks like the perfect read for autumn. So this is going straight on my TBR pile for this month, and I'm really looking forward to reading that. And then I've also got a cookbook, which is exciting because I haven't had many new cookbooks this year, and this is from Antoni from Queer Eye, the guy who does all the cooking on Queer Eye. This is called Antoni in the Kitchen, and there's lots of different exciting things in here, like for instance, oh my god, this first thing that I've opened it to, ricotta with pickled wild mushrooms, toasted hazelnuts and honey. David, that turns David's stomach because he hates ricotta and he doesn't really like wild mushrooms either. Spicy fennel frico, oh, this also looks lovely. High-low poutine, oh that's Canadian, isn't it? Has it got meat in it? Yeah, it has. It looks so good. Really some lovely food photography in here as well. Really nice. Greens, veg and other sides. Oh, that's the chapter I'll be after. Grilled kale Caesar. Oh, that sounds nice. Anyway, I could spend the whole time doing that. But yeah, exciting cookbook from Antoni from the old Queer Eye. Then I contacted lovely Tina, who has previously sent me books in the past, asking if she had any books that she feels like might work for Christmas, because I'm pulling together, but Vlogmas will be here before we know it. It's October now, so I've got 2 months basically until I need to get my Vlogmas stuff sorted. And I asked if there was any books that she had that she feels might work well in a Christmas gift guide, and she sent me 4. And I can say, I'm not going to say here which ones will be appearing because I don't want to ruin it when it gets to it, but some of them are really great ideas for Christmas. So the first one is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. I read The Poet X earlier this year and gave it 5 stars. I really, really loved it. That was written in verse, and this is Elizabeth Acevedo's novel written in not verse, and this all talks about Antoni, who wants to be a chef more than anything. Now, I love food fiction. I'm so excited to read this, and I just love this front cover with her on the front and all these like oranges and things around. It's amazing. It's a beautiful book, and she is she is 17 and she has a 2-year-old daughter, and she's still at school, and it's not making her want her dreams to be a chef easy. So really looking forward to reading this, and just love that front cover. I think it's amazing, and just how much I enjoyed The Poet X. I've got real high hopes for this, so I'm really looking forward to that. Then she also sent me Cookie and the Most Annoying Boy in the World, which is written and illustrated by Connie Huck. Now, Connie was on Simon's channel earlier this year. Oh, it comes with a little book plate as well, look, and she signed it. How cute. Connie was on Simon's channel earlier this year, and she was just an absolute delight. So this is all about, it says here, Cookie's life is a disaster. Not only is her best friend moving away, but now the most annoying boy in the world is buying the kitten she has her heart set on. And then he joins her class at school, and then he moves in next door. But there is a glimmer of hope, and Cookie's love of science is about to come in handy. So I believe there's lots of like science experiments and things like this in here, and it just sounds so cute. So I'm looking forward to reading that and filling in my book plate and sticking it on the front. And then the next 2 are sort of coffee table books. The first one is, and David was so excited when I unwrapped this yesterday, he can't wait to read it. The first one is Marvel's Power of a Girl. This is 65 Marvel women who changed the universe, and it's just a sort of encyclopedia set up where it has, so for instance, Valkyrie, Shield Maiden, Asgardian, Fearless Defender, and it has beautiful artwork of them, and they're all this sort of like, oh, Squirrel Girl, not heard of Squirrel Girl myself. Beautiful artwork, and then stats about them, and then sort of like their history and things like that. And David, you're quite looking forward to reading this, aren't you?
I am.
What if I show you a picture? Will you be able to guess who it is?
Oh, Mantis.
Well done. Let's see if we can do another.
Oh, no, I don't know that one.
Hellcat.
No,
Let's see if we can get one more.
Oh God, it's Captain America's wife.
Yeah, but what's her name?
Yeah. Penelope? No, not Penelope.
If I give you her surname, do you think you'll get it?
Maybe.
Carter.
Peggy Carter.
Well done, he did it. And then the last one I've got is A Year in Calligraphy by Kirsten Burks, and this follows a year of teaching you how to do calligraphy. I tried to do calligraphy a few years ago. Well, I got as far as David's mum buying me a calligraphy pen and a book, and I never did it. And I need to do it because I feel like it would be quite nice to do that, and this sort of talks you through all the what you need to do, and it gives you different things to learn each month, and like as you get towards the end, it gets a bit more involved and things like that. So yeah, very exciting book. So those are the books that I received so far in the month of October. I got them in September, this is October. But yeah, those are the books I've received. Would love to hear what books you have been getting your hands on recently, and I will see you all again soon for another booktube video. Goodbye.